Beep. What is up, guys? My name is Sam World and I make music production and sound design videos here on YouTube. Now, I've been currently working on a new pack for you progressive house guys called Exploration Volume 2. And it should be coming out next week for those of you guys asking. Now, a lot of the sounds in this genre of dance music revolves around saws. So you're going to hear saws a lot. But one of the things that make these saws sound very interesting at times are the type of delays that you use on them. So a lot of us will just go into Ableton, drop an echo, ping pong it, or leave it as is and call it a day. And as I've been working on the sound design for this pack, I've realized that you can do a lot with delay, like create atmospheres, create new material, add like a lo-fi feel to your leads, etc. And those are the techniques we're going to be talking about in today's video. As always, guys, if you want to support the channel, you can support my sound design work over at evilsounds.com. Hopefully you find something you like. And again, you want support, best way to do it. But with that being said, let's get into some of these dope techniques. Now, the first delay technique we're going to talk about, I really don't know what to call it. So I'll call it the Zonderling Delay, as this is where I first heard this delay in one of their tracks called Tunnel Vision, as well as Zonderling's track of Zonderling with an S instead of a Z. Okay, so for this kind of sound, I'm going to show you guys what it sounds like, as I did implement it into a patch from the Exploration Volume 2. It's going to be in the plug called Hey Mom, just inspired by Enna Moore. Okay, now obviously some of you guys are going to recognize this from other songs as well, but the vibe of this delay is the fact that we ditch the sync and we go time based on it, and we make the left be a certain value and the right be a higher value. From there, we're going to use a heavy amount of feedback. The feedback controls how many delays we get in essence. So if we have it low and we put this up, so you can create some really cool effects this way with a low feedback. But the high feedback, again, is just more constant delay. And using it at these kind of values, getting them closer, will also give you a rhythm metallic effect. But here, you can do a lot of damage with this. You can show people who's the boss in the track when you have that, and people are gonna go like, how did he do that? And then hopefully come and watch this video. This is the delay Zonderling effect, and I think it's super dope because the idea here is, let's say I have a track, we're gonna put this into practical use. So we have this little construction kit from Exploration Volume 2, not out yet, but the first one is, so you guys want to check it out. So let's put some more reverb on this, maybe make it a little longer as well, more delay. Now, with this effect, you really do want something a little plucky because you don't get the same vibe, but we're going to have this high, and then we're going to put that reverb. The last thing I'll say now from here, and this moves us to advanced technique number 2, which I don't really consider advanced. Anything music production related is usually very simple. It's just, you know, we think that these techniques are going to make our music sound better, but at the end of the day, the idea needs to be good. That's something that you learn the hard way. But we can create the same effect. But now advanced technique number 2, which I don't see a lot of people doing, and I only say this because I have a lot of students I've taught over the years, and for some reason, you guys don't like using returns. And I'm like, why the don't you like using returns? It's a great way to add effects without shutting them off abruptly. So again, we're going to do this again, but this time we're going to go with the Ableton Echo Delay. And now advanced technique number 2 is to use your return tracks in order to automate delays in and out rather than always having the delay there. This is another kind of that I have with some people's music, is that they'll put the delay, but they don't have it automating on certain notes to accentuate a note, etc. So again, we're just going to unlink these guys, sync off, go time. We'll use the same values, 58 and maybe 118 around there. High feedback. Let's go into the filter, which filters the delay itself. 100% whenever you use a return track, by the way, which is going to be here. And now from here, we're going to have this. Okay, so now I can automate that delay in, and it's not going to cut abruptly. But the cool thing about this is that I can now start adding reverb to this specific sound rather than my main lead. Okay, so somewhat, you know, in the right hands, this could be a badass technique. In the hands of Sam, die. All right, guys. So again, the first technique is going to be, again, the Zonderling delay. You can call it a slap delay or whatever you want, but it's super cool, and you guys can see how it can be really, really useful. Technique number 3 that we're going to move on to. We're going to switch the lead sound to a Polar Ink inspired sound called Diary. From there, you can realize what song is being referenced for the sound. That's what I do with all my patches, as you guys know. We're going to increase the cutoff a bit. Okay, now we're going to leave our return track because this technique also needs a return track, or else you're going to drown your lead essentially in white water. Now, with a lot of people, when they think of atmosphere, they always go like, I need to add a pad, or I need to find an atmosphere loop. Now, I have added atmosphere loops for Exploration Volume 2, but the way I made them is with guitar, VST romplers, as well as the patches from the pack, utilizing delay and reverb. So this is another great way to create atmosphere that fits your track. And the beautiful thing about creating new source material out of existing source material, that just means I'm creating a pad out of this lead, is the fact that it always fits the track. It doesn't sound out of place. It sounds very organic in the way that it's implemented. And again, always have that idea of creating ear candy moments with your effects that you have. So we're going to do this. We're going to put dry and wet on this guy up. Obviously, we're going to run this guy to that. No, we want to enable all sends. Let's delete the automation because we are going to be a noob and have it up. Okay, and then from there, I mean, literally, I think as noobs, we kind of fall into this and make this and don't really think much of it, but I believe it's a very powerful tool to just create really good atmosphere. We're going to increase the feedback. From there, we can probably like EQ this, maybe cut some mids out. Okay, from there, we're going to go to advanced technique number 4, which I don't consider that advanced anymore ever since Cashmere made a video about it. It seems like everyone already knows it. You can sidechain this to a kick or to the lead itself so it doesn't drown out the lead. So we can just go here to Serum number 8. Okay, so now let's try. From here, I'm going to use a Max Live ARP. It's just the one I've been using a lot to create some awesome ARP loops with some chord MIDIs and stuff. So we're going to go with this. There we go. Let's see if I have the MIDI chord for this. Here it is. And let's see if we can make something with it. Maybe like that. And then we're just going to ping pong it to get with. And there we go. That sounds more patty. Kick. And let's switch the sound up to maybe something a little bit more like plucky. Okay, now the next technique I want to talk about is going to be more for the guys making, I guess, progressive house stuff, but a little more on the chiller side. You're going to find this technique used a lot more in slower, chill, down-tempo stuff. It makes the leads essentially sound like they grew up in the wrong generation. And what I mean by that is that we're going to use this Diary lead again, is that it just sounds very retro. So the way we're going to set this up is you can do it in various ways. You can leave a time signature and whatnot, but what we're going to do is go into our modulation and actually modulate our delay times. Now, what's going to happen usually when you do this is it's going to sound like crap. No, but you're literally automating the pitch of your delay. It has that effect. So however, if we can do it at a very fast rate, so this technique I actually learned from the mate truck, which I have to my bottom left over here, and routing the cable over there because I do route cables. I guess the way the manual explains it is as like a LoFi delay or something, but it gives this vibrato to the delay, but it also sounds, again, very old school, and you're going to hear it a lot more in these chill and down-tempo prog tracks. The thing is that you can also set it to time and add the effect without having the abundance of delay. If you like it and you want your lead to sound like that in the let's just do. Give me like Eric Pritt vibes in a way, kind of old schooly sounding. Okay. So those are most of the techniques that I wanted to talk about in today's video, guys. Again, they're relatively easy to implement, and my hope is that as we go through them, you can understand how everything works. If you don't, then watch a basic delay video to learn the basic theory on delay, like the time signature, 1/4, 1/8. To me, honestly, I can't even explain that. I just know it sounds like it takes longer. But other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope that you enjoyed. Hopefully you get at least one good tip out of here. That is my hope, to further your careers, because I know a lot of you guys already make good music, so I'm just trying to give you guys new cool ideas that you can use in your music. Other than that, you guys take care. If you want to support the channel, evilsounds.com. For those of you guys waiting for Exploration Volume 2, give me one more week. I'm just trying to make sure it's the best pack I've made, and hopefully you like some of the patches you heard, even though they were basic saws. But that's what it is. But I promise you, a lot of them have really interesting modulations and humanization going on in them that when you guys use them, you're going to be like, holy fuck, Sam went ham on this. All right, you guys take care, and you guys have a great rest of your day.